Hello everybody, my name is Ofer Melamed and I'm an owner of a life and business coaching company. And my main mission is to make things happen and to help you to make things happen. I will say that English, it's not my main language and it's not my native language, but I decided to do this video in English because I'm talking about how to avoid perfectionism. I think it's one of the biggest enemies of doing the perfectionism. And I want to start with a question. How many times you stopped yourself from doing something you intended to do? How many times I stopped myself from doing this video in English because it's not perfect? How many times you stopped yourself from putting a post on Facebook that you wrote already and you said to yourself, no, maybe I'm not going to do it. Maybe I'm not going to put it on Facebook now. Maybe it's not good. It's not good enough. Yeah, it's not good enough. It's not perfect. And it could be a comment also, you know, on a post for another person wrote a post and you are commenting on it, and then you comment and then you stop and then you said, no, but it doesn't look good. So maybe I'll delete this and I will not comment and I will not appear in the world. And the thing is to ask ourselves, why do we stop? And why do we stop? It's the first tip that I want to give you relating avoiding perfectionism. This is the first tip. We stop because we care too much. And I'm talking to you because you care too much, because you're doing things deeply, because you are doing things fundamentally. You care. You care about what you do, but you care too much, and the point is too much. And you care too much about what people will say, or will do with it, okay? So I'm gonna give you a secret that you know already. People will say anyway. People will sit outside and will talk about you. So they will talk about you. So what? So maybe it's not the people that should be around you, okay? People will say, people will like it or will not like it. And if they don't like it, maybe it's good because they take something from it. Maybe someone doesn't like now that I'm talking in this way or that way in English because it's not perfect, so it's okay. Okay, no problem. That's the point. So the first thing is stop thinking about what people are saying. The second thing, which is very, very, very important, is what's perfect does not exist. What's perfect does not exist. This is the point. And the point is very important because I'm not perfect, so I exist. You are not perfect, so you exist. This is the point. So, you know, I wrote a book, and the book is, the name of the book is Results Here and Now. It's still not translated to English because I'm not perfect. I'm quite good in what am I doing, but it's not perfect. And if this book was perfect, although it's 256, it's a bestseller in Israel, it's really a good book, okay? But if I was waiting that it will be perfect, it will not be outside. So what's perfect does not exist. Remember it. And if it's not perfect, so it will not exist. So just put it outside, release it, okay? Another thing, the third thing is progress beats things that are stuck. It's better to be in progress than to be stuck. Okay, progress beats things that are stuck. It's better to be in progress. And when we are in progress, when we release things outside, when we release this video, when you release your post, when you release your website, which is not perfect, and you are afterwards updating it, it's better. You know why? Because then you are facing evolution. You are facing something that is developing. Our business is evolutionary, okay? Our life is evolutionary. But how can we evolve if we don't do it, if we don't release it, okay? So this is the third thing. The fourth thing is do more inconvenient actions. Do more inconvenient actions. Okay? You know, one of the things that I wrote in my book, and I talk also on TV relating it, is that sometimes I tell to myself, and I advise to do it every day. Okay, sometimes when I see that things are stuck and I don't move, I say to myself in the morning, What are the 2 actions that I'm gonna do until 11 o'clock in the morning that are not convenient for me today? Listen to it again. What are the 2 actions that I'm going to do today until 11 o'clock in the morning that are not convenient for me today? Okay? And then I wrote those actions and I decide to myself that I'm going to do it until 11 o'clock. And sometimes I put the alarm clock 5 minutes before. It could be a phone call. It could be something that I'm going to do. I don't know, something that it's not perfect to do. It's not perfect to call to someone that you think what he will say because you need his answer, whatever. Think about the phone call that you're avoiding, okay? Because it's not perfect to do it. So I put the alarm at 5 minutes before 11 o'clock in the morning, and I said to myself, now I'm gonna make it. And I'm gonna do it, and I'm doing it. And it's not perfect, but it's a progress, okay? Another thing that it's very, very important, the 5th thing is do more and think less. I'll say it again. Do more, think less. Don't think too much. Don't think too much. Too much thinking, okay? It will not be perfect, so what? Okay, I remember my first conference in front of audience that I initiate myself. I was all the time thinking maybe I'll do it again. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. And then I did an action. I didn't think too much. I just did an action. I called to the conference company and I just put the date. And I said to myself, this is the date. And then I just, I was committed to pay money for it, and that's all. And all the rest is history. I did a lot of conferences since then. So the point is, do more, think less. Do more, think less. By the way, I saw a video that Arnold Schwarzenegger was talking about, you know, he was talking about, in his video, he was talking about 10 tips for success. You know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, the actor, and the senator, and Arkansas, and so a great person, and he was talking about 10 tips for success. And one thing I remember from this video, he said, if you want to succeed, don't think too much. So if you want to avoid perfectionism and don't be perfect in everything, okay? So just do it. Don't think too much, okay? Don't think too much. That's the point. Another thing is, what's perfect does not exist. What's perfect does not exist in your life. So you have to remember that you are not perfect. This book is not perfect. It's not perfect, okay? You know why it's not perfect? Because it exists. So anyway, what's perfect, we are not perfect. Well, I'm not a perfect person. You are not a perfect person. Anyway, it does not exist what's perfect. What's perfect does not exist. It's all the time needs something to do with it, and it's okay. Just put it outside, okay? Another thing, every action that you do, and you put it outside, and I'm talking to people that are doing things deeply and think about it and learning, because you are learning. This is why you are here, because you learn, okay? Because you want to learn. This is why I follow on YouTube. I learn all the time. I go to conference, I learn all the time, okay? So I'm not, but I'm not perfect. So you have to remember that every action that will be outside, that it was not perfect, it's not critical. So it will be, you have to, it doesn't matter. It's outside already. It's not critical for your whole entire career, for your whole entire life. You just have to put it outside, okay? And this I can tell it to you because you are a deep person. And the last thing is that we must learn from our mistakes. How can we do mistakes if everything is perfect? How can we do mistakes? We must learn from our mistake. Anyway, we'll do mistakes. Anyway, we'll do mistakes. Although it's not. Although we thought it's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay. So remember that you have to learn from the things that are not perfect, and then when you learn, you make it better, and make it better, and make it better. So I hope that those 7 tips that I gave you here really made made you to do actions, okay? bring you to do actions, and I really recommend just to follow and see this video again in order to see how can you be less perfect and more alive.